Hello, this is a video I'm doing a follow-up on the drift video that I've done previously. This is actually a HSP flying fish done in a Rx7 Fast and Furious style body shell. This is my first drifting car. It was actually given to me luckily by a brother-in-law who had two at the time. So he gave me one to play around with. It was a bare chassis, I didn't have the body. Right, the HSP flying fish, God knows why they call it a flying fish, but they do. This is the drift version, so you get the plastic wheels and plastic tyres. These are just the standard ones. I do actually want to get the new set to match with the car, so if anyone knows of any wheels that do match from the Fast and Furious style, please let me know in the comments. Yes, the car itself, it's all pretty much standard RC cars. It's very similar to the actual HPI RS4s, as in the suspension and so on. It actually comes with adjustable turnbuckles for your steering and suspension. I have done a few modifications, just cutting away some of the suspension parts, just so it gives it a little bit more steering angle, but you don't get a lot on a four-wheel drive. To get more steering angle, you definitely got to go rear-wheel drive. I definitely will be doing a rear-wheel drive one at some point. They seem to be a bit more realistic, but to start off with, because of the price range, these are good to get. You can get them on the internet. Banggood, I think, sell them, or other places. They're around about £115 roughly, but that'll be with everything ready to run. And then obviously you can modify it from there. Modification I've done on this, obviously you can see the magnetic mounts here. They are actually really good, especially when you if you hit like a wall or another car, the shell literally just pops off rather than it like breaking or cracking the shell. So that's really good. One of the first things I had to change was the electronic speed controller. Went for one of these Hobby Wings 1060 brushed. Straightforward, easy to set up, just literally plug and play. When you first turn it on, it automatically calibrates your throttle, so you have to worry about doing all the set button and full throttle and reverse and get all confused. Nice and easy. This one's waterproof as well, so definitely recommend one of these. I've got this from Model Sport. I think they're about £22. I think you can look on there on eBay, but good, especially for a start off. You can't go wrong. Really good. The other good upgrade, I've got a FlySky GT5 transmitter and receiver. Really worth the money. Like it a lot. Even on basic cars and so on, you can do so much with it. Got loads of different like preset models go up there that you can program. You can do up to 20 different cars, so it's really good. Just obviously you've got to buy different receivers for each car. You can name them all and so on. You can do all the endpoints for your servos and like trim it right up. It's really good. It's got an ABS function as well. Don't use it obviously on the drift car. I've got it on the Tamiya. It sort of works, but my next project's I've got HPI Nitro, and I think they'd work better with the servo's pulse, so I will do a video on that. It's got built-in fail-safe as well. It's good for crawling. It's got a crawl function you can change where you have like rear wheel steer, opposite, against it and so on, so you can crab and do lots of different things. And then it's also got stability control, which is great for drifting. Servo, went for a digital servo, which is a JX servos. Seems to be really good. First one I actually bought was this one. It's a 62008 MG. I don't think they make it anymore. I think you can get hold of them, but I think they've gone to a different number. But it's a really high speed servo. It's like certain specs. It's 6 volts at 0.07 in 60 degrees. Works really well. I'll just power it on and show you. It's nice and speed, which is good for drifting. Which is really quick. There's probably quicker ones out there, but I mean this cost me I think about £10. so a bargain. I know you can obviously get Savox servos for about £35 for the equivalent, but it's a nice speed. The other thing I also done when I first got this, especially before I did GT5 transmitter and receiver, I bought one of these gyros, which I saw on Tom the RC. He was using it on the off-road buggies to keep the car going in a straight line, but I'd also seen people use them for drifting and so on. So obviously you just set the gyro so you can set speed, so you can see there the steering's adjusting just to help out. But on here you've got a little screw, you can obviously adjust it up more or less. But also gives you, if you've got a transmitter or receiver which can have more channels, you've got a jumper lead, so you can adjust the levels on there to get it more or less to get how you like it. But like I say, when I then changed to a transmitter and receiver, and this GT5, luckily the receiver's actually got a built-in gyro itself, so I didn't have to, I could take this one back out and then just leave that in there, so works really well. The motor, when I first got it, was just a standard motor. Didn't really have enough power, I think, for my liking, so I mean, I had this one kicking about, so that's the reason I've got it in here. It's a 19 turn thrust motor. Don't really know anything about the motor itself. I put it in there, it does the job for me. Probably would change it at a later point, but ideally I'm looking at getting just a rear wheel drive version, and then do this. This is a good starting off point. It's got me into it and likes the drifting side of it, so I will actually look at getting a rear wheel drive version and modify that. Everything on here, obviously I've got different suspension. It's not actually suspension that come with the car. This is just suspension that was on the car when I got given it. I had to cut out the front bumper pads for the lights on the shell. But apart from that, the actual drift car, for a start off, or just getting into RCing or just getting into drifting side of it, trying something different, you can't go wrong. Yes, this is the shell I decided to do for my drift car. It's a Matrixline, what they call it, Rx7 shell. Bought from Model Sport UK, where I get most of my stuff, to be honest with you. They're really, really good. Managed to get decals. Luckily there's a guy on eBay that sells them different types. So that saved me out having lots to get the look, otherwise I don't think I would have bothered otherwise. Hadn't sprayed the body shell for absolutely years, so this is my first one for many years, and I've watched loads of videos on YouTube, different ideas. One of the ones I did like is I actually done a matte black on the outside here to give a trim finish, and around the window, just gives it a bit more of a 3D look. And all you'd literally do is you just leave the protective film on the outside as you get them, cut around with an X-Acto knife, and then peel that part of it off, spray it black, and then get some matte lacquer, and then put that over the top, which then gives you that look, which I really do like. Use obviously tint spray for the back, so got lights in it as well, and obviously the other decals. Obviously in the car it's got a budget light system. It works okay, it's not the greatest. It's got indicators left and right, throttle, brake and so on. You can change it so it flashes and so on, but I don't quite like that idea. All the lights are obviously glued. They've got light pods which come with the kit anyway, so it looks a bit of a mess, but does the job. Can't really see it too much. Like I say, got the stealth mounts on there, which I think look a lot better than having the post up. But obviously if you do, make sure you fix them on before you paint the shell. So what I've done, I actually fit the magnet where I wanted it underside, put another magnet on top, drew a circle around it, took magnets off, painted it all on the inside. Then you put the magnet on the outside holding it, put the new magnet inside, and then that will give you your fixing position where you had it before you painted it. So that was good. Apart from that, all works pretty well. I'm quite pleased with the outcome really. Hopefully the next one to do would be, I wouldn't mind doing the Supra, but I'll have to wait and see on that one. The lights on the RX7, when they're on, I've got the actual light part of it set on channel 3, so you can actually just flash the lights. Also, because sometimes when you're hitting the brake on and off, it gets flashing the reverse lights. I think it's due to the lights being a cheap kit, but obviously when you flash as well, it puts the reverse lights on and dims the rear lights down. Just the way I've got it set up, quite like it that way. The other thing as well, obviously it has indicators, you can turn left and right. And on the front, rather than being the actual light pod, put it near the bottom where the fog light will go. Yeah, so that's my RX7 shell. Like I say, with the magnet mounts, straight on, nice and easy. Maybe, like I say, hit something or another car or something to pop straight off, so it doesn't actually damage the shell. I definitely recommend them.